Millions of people are without power in the wake of Hurricane Irma. WDRB's Hayden Restevsky explains how a group of local linemen from Indiana will help restore electricity to those impacted by the storm. Hayden?
About 60 linemen are heading south from Indiana to help with Hurricane Irma relief. Check this out. There are dozens of utility trucks lined up here ready to respond. A huge caravan will be leaving in about an hour from now. Hurricane Irma knocked out power across the southeast, leaving over 6 million people without the electricity they so desperately need. Linemen from various electricity cooperatives in Indiana and Michigan are meeting here in Sellersburg to head down to Georgia to respond. They will be restoring power lines and in some cases entire grids of electricity.
The poles are literally sucked out of the ground and they're just basically are gone. A lot of them are just toppled over. So you got to start from scratch. You got to put the whole new system back brand new.
The crews will be working in 2-week shifts until power is restored throughout the region. Live in Sellersburg, Hayden Restevsky, WDRB News.
Left millions without power as crews work to restore electricity. WDRB's Hayden Restevsky explains how Indiana linemen stepped in to help.
These trucks are packed up, ready to respond to Hurricane Irma. Dozens of local linemen are headed south to help restore power. Hurricane Irma's high winds and heavy rain knocked out power lines across the southeast.
The poles are literally sucked out of the ground and they're just basically are gone.
An estimated 6 million people are without the electricity they so desperately need.
People's lives are turned upside down for a long time.
Dozens of utility trucks arrived in Sellersburg Tuesday, stocked up with supplies and hit the road. In total, more than 100 linemen from various electricity cooperatives in Indiana and Michigan are heading down to Georgia to respond.
The dire need right now is you have to look at the hospitals. You have to get those back on. You got to get also the public services like the police stations, the fire stations.
The crews will be restoring power lines and in some cases, entire grids of electricity.
With the devastation that's down there right now, it looks like you're not just repairing the lines, you're basically repairing this. You're basically putting together a whole new system.
When they got the call, these linemen were prepared to respond, and for many, it's returning a favor they haven't forgotten.
When we needed help back in 2012, when the tornado hit Henryville, we got a call out and they came to help us.
Now these linemen will head into dangerous conditions to lend a helping hand. A gesture showing the true spirit of the men and women who help keep our lights on.
This is just in our blood, and linemen are unique people. They're a rare breed.
The crews will work in 2-week shifts until power is restored in the region. Reporting in Sellersburg, Hayden Restevsky, WDRB News.
More than 60 trucks hitting the road today to South Georgia, an area that has felt the wrath of Hurricane Irma in recent days.
I feel that we're called by God to just help each other any chance we can.
Jerry Applegate is one of about 100 linemen who will be helping out storm survivors get their power back on, and he's no stranger to these type of disasters.
I have been on a few hurricanes before, like Katrina and Charlie when it hit Florida. So Katrina was the worst, so I've seen where complete cities got wiped out.
But Applegate says his job goes past just putting up power lines.
To be able to go down there and make their life a little better, especially after some of the damage they've already, seen with their homes and stuff being destroyed, anything that we can do to help them it just makes you feel really good.
Preparation is key.
We don't expect you to tear up your equipment. We don't expect you to do something that you're not trained or capable of doing, okay?
Which is why protocols are laid out before crews make the trip.
Sounds simple, but it's a lot of work to it.
Safety manager Chuck Tiemann says he has full faith crews will be able to avoid dangers like falling debris, outside electrical generators, and the region's wildlife in flooded areas.
Those linemen, they're blood and guts. They'll be out there, they'll climb poles, they'll go up in the buckets, they'll do whatever they have to do to get the power on.
While crews plan to be in Georgia for the next 2 weeks, they said if the need isn't met, they could be there much longer. Reporting in Sellersburg, Trey Ward, WLKY News.